So the biggest thing is just don't be awkward.
Yeah, there you go, Brendan. That's how you let it go.
What's that? We're
Welcome.
live here.
We're live. We're live.
We're
Channel
live.
4.
I'm
Welcome.
coming to you from a copter. Here we are.
Brendan's in the helicopter above News 12 right now. He's circling
Sitting
around
near
Long
you.
Island.
Got the chest hair blowing in the wind.
Wow, Ron Burgundy.
Real Ron Burgundy.
There we go.
Wow. Welcome, boys. Good Lives Golf. Look at
How we
you.
doing?
What's
Yeah.
the
got-
word?
Chef Petty in the house here.
What's
Chef
the
Petty.
word, boys?
What's going
We're here.
on?
We're here. We're gonna get cooking later on. We're gonna let you guys know what's good for the week.
Wait,
You know
wait,
what I
wait,
mean?
wait. Wait,
Cooking with Petty.
He's got the. He's ready to go.
He's whisking.
Just
Oh,
the locks.
man.
Just the locks. You know,
Good
we're here to
drink.
make some money too.
Yeah, dude. Just
Can't be
those
leading
locks.
anybody in the wrong. Just the locks, man.
Chefing up those locks for the weekend. That's how we do it around here.
Easily.
Boys, great,
Yeah.
great to have you here in the buildings. Look at this with our virtual podcast. How you doing there, B? Looking pretty
Same as
zesty.
always, man. Yeah,
Looking
I
zesty.
figured I'd bring out the chain and a little bit of hair, today. Why
Nice.
not, dude? We
Going
just kicked it
Armenian.
off with. I mean, my wife's Armenian, so
Yeah.
And
Really letting it-
what's with you and the constant Armenian jokes?
Nothing against Armenians personally. Don't even
For
know them.
real,
Don't know 'em.
bro.
Good
He-
people.
He was like texting my wife
Great
a couple
people.
weeks ago and like mentioned something about Armenian people. What's your deal?
I don't know, man. Great people. Great people.
No,
You don't want
but
to get
for real,
started,
dude.
all right? You don't want to get
No.
started.
Yeah, dude. I figured we
beef.
kick it off. We kick it off hot this week, though. I mean, it's a big week. We got Chef Petty, and then we just had the Century, which golf is cooking.
Golf
Now
is cooking.
Now we got the chef. Here we go.
Yeah, dude.
Finishing with some low numbers too, man. Some good rounds. A lot of people playing great golf.
Yeah. Well, you finished out your year pretty strong. I remember golfing with you a few times in that fall span, late summer fall span, and you were getting
We were all right. We had a
good scores,
couple
man.
good. We had a good couple days out there. It was a
Yeah.
good couple rounds.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just happy to not be working whenever I'm out there. People don't realize that they're out there like dying, struggling. I'm like, man, I'm just happy I'm not in this hot ass kitchen dying right now. This is just good on its own.
Yep. For
even
those who
matter.
those who don't know right now, Chef Petty chefs it up at a local private golf club. And yeah, he just all day chefs it up, and then when he's not chefing, he's golfing. So chefing and
Pretty
golfing
much one or
and
the other.
putting in some locks, other than that,
We're cooking.
There
he's
you go.
cooking.
So I gotta ask though, because scoring for golf game is always relative to the person, right? I mean,
Of course.
Sherman and I are completely different. I'm completely different than guys I play with, my boys. So like when you're saying you're, chefing it up a little bit out there in the course towards the end of the season, what are we saying here?
Oh, like score wise, I'm happy. I mean, I've broken 100 a few times, but I mean, I try to keep it at 105 is a great day,
Hell
in my
yeah,
opinion,
dude.
man.
Hell
Ain't
yeah.
nobody here
All day.
to lie about my score, hitting these low numbers, man. I play old man
Hey.
golf, keep it right down the middle. I'm driving 190, 200.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
what
not
it's
trying to
all
blow my
about,
back
though.
out and
Hell
keep it
no.
consistent. It's like I'll let the other guys make the mistakes, trying to take all these chances, but I'm just gonna march right down the middle, try to keep my pars, I'll get a birdie here and there. But
Love
that's
it.
really it. You
Love
can't
it.
be out there trying to,
Yeah,
kill them every time.
100%.
People out there, if you can't find your ball, then I mean you're struggling, At least I can play with the same ball. That's what I can say.
That's the best, the most rewarding day to me. If I can go out there and lose like a ball or none,
Oh yeah.
great
Dude,
day.
I
Great
take
day.
that as a win too,
Of
man.
course.
Great
It
day.
never happens for me.
Yeah.
Shit,
All it
dude,
takes is one nice shot. That's what keeps you
Yeah.
coming back. That's it. I don't care who you are. You out there,
For
you have
sure.
one nice shot. A few people see it. You're pumped. Juices are flowing. You're good to go. And then you could, play like crap the rest of the day. But it was still, I got that one off. That was
Yeah.
it. And that's
Exactly
the
what
itch.
it is.
That
Yeah.
just makes me think of you hitting that putt on 17, Sherm, that Texas wedge.
And Sherm be putting from 30 feet out.
30, 80, 100
Hilarious,
sometimes.
dude.
I
Love
got
Texas
the
wedge.
It's all about, yeah, man. Like you say, it's all about those shots that like you feel good about, you remember.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's
there's
better when
nothing
someone's
better
there
than-
to view it and witness it too. That's a even bigger plus. You're there with the boys.
for
You
sure.
sink a dope putt for a birdie or something like that. It's like that's something that you guys come back on years and years. You relive that moment. You have a drink. You have a shot. You're still talking about it 3-4 years later. It's like
Yep.
all it takes is one of those, man. One of those.
Yep.
100%,
I gotta have at least
man.
one a season. One nice shot and 3 or 4 people had to see it.
Yeah, that's it. That's really all you need. If you can
That's
have a
Oh,
really,
couple stories throughout the year just to like tell yourself about golf,
of course,
you're
yeah,
good, man. That's
yeah.
half the way.
Couple turkey clubs, chicken salad wraps.
turkey clubs. Yeah, there
Now
you
you're
go.
talking. Now you're
Is that the
talking.
go-to? What's the go-to?
The go-to, man,
Yeah,
believe it or not, it's like the funniest at our club there. Like the number one go-to, and I never expected it, is like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich there. It's like fast, easy to go
protein.
to. It's like everything that you can get, protein.
Yeah,
It's like you wrap it up. It can be in like a plastic, it doesn't matter. They can eat it and they're on the go. It's like that. We do like almost all the golfers have there's multiple bananas, people not trying to cramp out there, and they're eating like hard
gotta
boiled
stay
eggs,
sharp.
nuts, and then you get, you'll have something at the turn, you'll have like something easy to eat. We have lobster rolls and stuff like that. These guys are eating good burgers, hot dogs and shit. But we do a lot of clubs, man. People love a club. It's easy to eat. You're not gonna get like too full, too heavy. We don't do 3 pieces of bread. We only do 2 at our spot. So it's like,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
and whole grain, man. You don't want to no
That's
white
a
bread
prop. You
there.
know what? I like that.
Yeah,
That's a real
yeah.
club right there. That's
The
it.
real. That's how you do it,
I
man. They
do
want to
like
do it
that
right.
too,
You're going
man.
out there. You're not trying to be sitting there like all heavy with the bubble guts. Trying to play the next 9.
That's what the beer's for.
100%,
Oh
man.
yeah,
You
it's
gotta
with the
stay
beer, the
light.
beers. Yeah, these guys. Some of them drink. Some of them don't really drink when they're playing that serious. These guys are hydrating. Coconut water, fruit cups. I started seeing the guys that are really like they're out there
Fruit
getting after
cups.
it. Then they
So
come in and they drink heavy after the round is done. They don't do it in between or at the turn. They come back and
got it.
unload. Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're not like degenerate regular golfers like
Oh,
us.
there's a
They're
few.
more professional, right? A
Oh,
little
there's a
more
few of them
professional.
in there. There's a few of them.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
what's the price tag on a membership at that golf
I
club?
could be scratch.
Yeah, yeah, it could be. I could be scratched. Yeah, they're talking like 1.5 million with dues. Annual dues.
So
So
yeah, that's why the people that are eating good because they
good.
protect
Yeah.
their investment, which is their
Oh,
health,
their
which is
body.
their own body.
That's a temple. My body's a
They're
temple.
not going out drinking double Arnold Palmer
Oh,
transfusion
nah,
mixes like
man.
us.
They're playing for money too, so it's like, hey, man, we can
Like
drink
for
and
keeps.
celebrate.
Like
Yeah,
for
they're playing for
keeps.
respect.
Yeah.
You can't just put your name on that wall. You can't pay for that. You got to earn that shit.
Yep.
That's
I want my name etched in the clubhouse. That's what they're going for.
Yeah.
oh man.
Legacy. That's the legacy.
And you
Yeah.
got to chef it up too. I know for other, like if you have some serious members come in there or some like celebrity clients or stuff like that, you got to chef out some
Yeah,
crazy
yeah, yeah.
custom meals and all that stuff too.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like you gotta worry. The richer they are, the harder the allergies they have. It's just not easy, dude. These guys come
More
in
shit they
allergic to
become allergic to.
exactly. It's like here's
That's
a bowl of
crazy.
ice.
You know what it is? Is they get paid so much. It's just like they can spend whatever irritates them. They can just like go
No.
to a specialist and they're like, oh yeah, that's this specific enzyme that's found in these 5 things. And they're like, nope,
Oh, that's why I have the shits.
never
Oh,
eating
okay.
those 5 things again.
I need more fiber. I gotta have flax in my diet. It's like,
Yeah.
this shit's serious.
And then you
The
have to
food is
figure out a
serious.
creative way how to like mix all this into it too.
Sometimes on the fly, you get people that come there with members and then they have like guests, and then it's like there's a curveball right there. It's like you gotta cook for 3, 4 people you've never had to cook for, you don't know, they're allergic to this and that. It's like and they want it now, it's there's no wait.
And you being a private chef though, in your other experience and restaurants and stuff, that probably is easy though for you to whip up
Yeah,
fast stuff all the
yeah.
time because you're like used to being on
That's
the
the
fly.
that's the fun part, that's
Yeah.
the fun part for me, It's like that's where you get creative. That's where you get to, have to use your brain a little bit.
Yeah, that's when you've just dead hooked your ball off the tee behind some tree and some pine straw, and you got to punch hook it out.
That's the finesse part,
Yeah,
that's where
dude,
that's the
you gotta
finesse.
Phil Mickelson it, man. You gotta find you
The
gotta
sweet
find the
spot.
window. Yeah,
Yeah, dude. That's
Yeah,
it.
man.
Finding
But
the
it's
window.
great. It's great though. The people are great though, man. Nothing but
Yeah.
love at that club. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's it. That's it.
It's got to be fun too to be a part of that all around. Like you're always in around golf. Like it's
Oh
surrounding
yeah.
you all the time, and now you're playing it all the time. You're obsessed with it. You're becoming more obsessed.
Oh yeah.
Every time. Like your progression. You didn't grow up playing golf. I feel like
Oh
so.
no.
In the last however many years you picked it up and became obsessed with it. It's cool to see.
Yeah, and then you
It's
start
like
buying
me.
more expensive clubs, and you start like slowly realizing like, all right, this is the beginning of I'm gonna get me a dig set. I don't really care. Then you're like, oh shit, this driver's gonna improve my game. All right, one club at a time, and it's like
Yeah,
slowly then you
building your
appreciate it.
set.
You take care of it. It's like your tools, like my knives. It's like this should have lasted your lifetime if you take care of it, respect it.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing about the game is you can just like I'm so glad I picked it up now, because I still have like so many years to play it as long
Yeah.
as I, stay healthy. But like, I even wish I had played it earlier. Like I was mentioning, it's just a game that like it's an investment and you can play it long term.
Oh
I love it,
man,
man. I love it.
Yeah.
longevity. You
I'm
can play
looking
this
long
forever.
term with my game, man.
Not many
Yeah.
sports you can do
Trying
that,
to
like
get better.
skiing and like maybe tennis or pickleball or something, and then
No.
golf. Really, I mean, there's not many sports you can do later on in life that are.
Even speed walking is you won't
Speed
last that
walk.
long.
My hips would be blown out in the first 45 minutes, man. Dude,
Yeah.
it's incredible they still have legs attached to their
Serious.
bodies, man. The
But yeah,
way
no,
those things piston up and down is insane, dude.
golf, you're good for a while. These guys are still playing
Yeah.
70, 80 years old, solid, still getting rounds in, walking. The older the people at the club, the more of them that are walking. They don't take carts. That's how they're still
Right,
golfing at
that's
80.
their
That's their
exercise. Yeah.
every
The-
single
My
day,
dad,
7:30,
dude.
7:40. I don't care if it's raining out. They got umbrellas. They got people. They're not gonna ever not show up. You can count on them, bro. Like death and taxes. He's gonna be here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's wild. My dad's not that hardcore, but I was gonna
Oh,
say my dad is similar as far as like when he goes out during the summer and whatnot, when it's nice weather. I mean, he's walking. That's how he stays, in shape.
that's their regiment. That's what they stick to. It's like
Yeah.
they have breakfast, they do this. It's like it's weird as if they don't go out there for the day. It's like something's wrong, you know. And then the
All
people who've
right,
been there for
someone
so
someone go check on Ray.
exactly, yeah, you don't see him. You're like something's up, you know. He's
Yeah,
never not here. It's like the bacon's already crispy, the plate's ready for him to go. Like, and it's like
that's
what? He's
crazy.
not here. Yeah, that's how it is there too. They have to have everything is like they see the guy walking into the parking lot. They're like radioing in like he wants his egg scrambled. He wants it's like by the time you sit at the table, the coffee's already there, the food's already there. They know how you want it, what fruit you want, cream cheese, butter. I'm like, these people, I'm talking about class, class, class.
Yeah,
It's nice. I mean, it must be nice. It has to be, like there's no mistakes. You only want half of the bread toasted. It's like these people are so specific and
that's
they got the
insane.
money to I'm like, this is a different world, man.
Yeah, I
This
mean
They're
is.
great
they're
people though.
living
Like
in a different world. Yeah.
great people over there
S-
though. It's
Yeah,
Speaking
you
of
said you've met a
walking,
lot of nice people and
a
stuff. Yeah.
lot of nice people, man. Throw hundreds in your pocket when they walk right by you.
yeah, make sure they don't grab something else. But
That's
speaking of walking, Tiger Woods walking away and, Nike walking away from that partnership after 27 years
27.
is
Wah,
Yeah, to the
insane,
wah,
dude.
wah.
That's
but I think
insane.
something's bigger got to be coming if for that to
For
happen.
sure. I
So it's
agree with
like
that.
I think that he's been planning something so bigger to like even like the stuff with live and this and that his own he's got something in the works that's like massive, but I don't even I don't know, can't like pin it. It could be a
Yeah.
clothing line, it could be a whole new league, it could be who knows, it could be a school he's opening up, he's got something really big in the works, I think.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's a
I think
huge
an
deal.
apparel
Nike
line is for
is
sure
for
gonna
sure.
come. Yeah.
Yeah. Tom Brady
Um,
did it, he can do it. Tiger's gonna do better than
right.
that.
Well, he
It's
owns the TW
logo.
logo and trademark or whatever. So like that's not Nike's. And Nike's has been, from what I've read, is they've been burning on like money on golf every year. But he's just been such like an icon of the sport and even beyond that they've like held on to it. But now as he's aging and and they're not making money in that space, they could potentially be just getting out of golf for the most part or altogether. And maybe that's also why Jason Day is now with Malbon. Maybe guys are like starting to leave for, elsewhere.
That is a
I,
good
I
I'll
don't
point.
know.
It
I
is a
don't know.
good point that you connected those two because that is interesting how they're leaving so quickly within each other. But and they're both Nike guys or former Nike
yeah.
guys. But I think once we see like Rory and Tony jump ship,
Right away. I was gonna say Rory. If you see Rory switch, that's
Sure,
the number
for
one
sure.
giveaway because in their eyes, like Rory is like the new face. He's like everybody's known it, and like Tiger
Yeah.
almost like signs off on Rory, like heavy. So if Tiger talks positive, it's like they all know that respect and stuff. So I always figured Rory would just step up and maybe they would do something different with him. But he's
it
been like quiet as well.
is
Yeah.
Sanjay M isn't Nike, is he?
Not that I know of. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I know
No.
I'm not
if I saw
sure.
Finau and Rory without Nikes on,
Yeah.
I knew something's up.
Did you guys check out J Day's fit? Like, did you check
No.
out the baggy fit? So
It's
he's got the new. He's with Malbon now,
Yeah.
And yeah, they had him.
They've got
All
some
his
nice
shit was
gear.
like it was pretty baggy though. I don't know. It kind of looked like pajamas a little
I
bit.
saw like there's
I'm
some
down.
custom shoes that
I'm
they
down to
had.
golf in some pajamas. Give me that. I'm with
Yeah,
it.
it just like it made him look older than he is though, you know what I mean?
Like old Tiger when he used to have like the
I'd rather
wide
be
pants.
comfy.
Yeah, but like he didn't look like Tiger. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
No, I know. I always look at Tiger's
But
like he
yeah.
looked twice his size with his
Right,
clothes. Like everything was like he was wearing an XL when he should have been in like a medium tight shirt. Like, and I
right.
look back now,
Yeah,
all of his
it was
clothes are so
very
tight
much.
fitting, but everything was so loose. And I'm like, he was out there golfing in cotton. I'm like, who the hell's golfing in
Yeah, dude.
cotton?
It's
Like,
hard to find like clothes that fit
Like
over like
Abercrombie and
cyborg
Fitch.
parts. Like it's hard to find clothes that fit over like fake metal shoulders and like
yeah,
glued backs. You know, it's
man.
hard to.
Yeah. No, it was interesting. It was a new look. I mean, they looked comfy as fuck. I mean, that 100%. I mean, that if that's what he's going for and he's into it, then all for it. But it looked interesting out
For
there. I
that
don't
look, it
know.
Got to
sounds like they
push a
should have grabbed.
boundary.
Real
They,
wispy in the wind.
they should have
Hey,
grabbed John Daly for
yeah,
that
I was
look.
gonna say, think about the old school
He
guys
look-
and those big baggy shorts with the
Get him
big
in
puffy
red. He looked
things. You
like
know,
Santa.
that's old school guys did it all baggy. So maybe they're bringing back a style, bringing
They
back
might be
some old
bringing it
school
back.
elements.
Maybe. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Tiger does, especially if he continues with the red and black.
Yeah,
You know,
that's a staple. You know, that's like a
yeah.
it's a
He'll
thing
always.
Hey, I don't know, man. It's a big change though, so I'm excited. To your point, Anthony, it'll be interesting to see what like else he does too. If there's something beyond I think apparel's coming, but like
Yeah,
if there's something beyond that, he's got the TGL, so he's got that league also.
Rory, yeah.
It sounds like yeah. I mean, I don't know
Well,
that Rory would do that, but
right.
like maybe he joins his apparel. I don't know. That'd be
yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
We know Rory is like kind of going the
I'll
360 route or whatever, but
I'll say it too. Tiger was, I still think, and I'll say it again, and I commented this on a page on Good Lies, and it was getting a lot of feedback. People were liking it. I think Tiger's going to be a little sleeper this year. He could take home
I
a
like.
couple tournaments, and he could KJ Choi his way in there. Little sneaky older Tiger come in there and win a couple tournaments this year. I'm not saying they're
The
going to be like the Masters, but he might win one out of whatever
Good.
couple ones he's going to do. He's going to play a few of them. So I think, I think
I
he's
think
got a
the
good
weather's
shot.
got to be on his side. A
Mhm.
big thing too. Like if he gets a place where like Florida or somewhere where it's like nice, there's no rain, he gets the nice tee times. His tee times mean a lot to him too. You start giving him like later on in the day or too early in the morning. It's different. I think he's got to be like prime time where it's like the warmest of the day out. Like and then he performs like But I'm like he gets there and
True.
it's raining the first day or two, and this is going on. I'm like that stuff messes the metal in the bones, all that stuff, man. He's got to be aching when the rain is there and the bad weather.
Yep.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, he's got to have good weather and good health for 4 days where he's feeling great, and I think he'll do just great in one of these tournaments. I think he
Yeah.
will.
I
Yeah.
think he's got the skill. Like
Yeah,
I think that's still there. He still hits it long. Um, I think his putting needs like some help. His kind of the more feel under pressure shots, like because you just don't get that when you're hitting practice rounds and shit like that.
got to be right in the
Um,
moment.
but to your point, I think as long as he picks the right courses, right tournaments, right time of year, I think he'll have plenty of chances.
Yeah.
Is he playing the players this year? Because I feel like that could line up pretty well for him too.
Yeah.
I
I
know he's
mean,
playing just anything
yeah.
major. Like, he's not doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he is included.
yeah.
Um,
I
but
mean, he said he thinks he could play, at least 12 this season.
no,
So
that's what I mean. He's definitely play a fair share. He's gonna get after it, and I think he has potential. Like we're all saying, when the stars align and the day looks good, any day could be a Tiger day, and we know that. So beware
But
all PGA players. But these young guys, like the new
there you
guys
go.
coming
There
up,
you go.
we were just
These
talking
dudes
about
are
him, Brendan.
different, man. These
We were
dudes are
just talking
different.
about some guys. JT Poston
Poston.
was coming out fucking
played well.
swinging. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hatton
he played
Hatton
well.
was coming out playing like he
Yep.
was 18.
There's a lot of guys out there, dude. I love Akshay.
Yep. Akshay is great. Yeah, he's nice.
Dude,
He's got a nice
so
swing.
me and my buddy and I, Travis, we went down to the Barbasol last year, and Akshay played really well at final round, and went and followed his group pretty much the whole day. Uh, dude, he's got so much talent.
Yeah.
He really does.
What is he, like 22, 23? He's young.
Yeah. He's a
Yeah.
young dude. But I like him. I like him a lot. He played really well. He just kind of tapered off towards the end there. And then you got guys like Sahith Theegala. I
Yeah.
felt horrible for him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
brutal.
he
He's
had
always
what, like an
right there.
8 footer or something to birdie 18, and he ends up
That's
losing by
rough.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh
missed out on a
man.
monster 3-ball parlay with came down to the 18th hole on the first round with Hovland and Scheffler. I was going for Scheffler and man, didn't get it. I was like, this can't be real, man. Scotty let me down. Then he came back the
Yeah.
next day firing. I was like, I needed that on the first day.
That parlay
Yeah.
Was
that
cooking.
the chef cooked up was money, and
Massive,
Scotty was the
yeah.
one that let him down. If you would have asked
By
me,
one stroke, it would have been
Ryan,
crazy.
Hey,
who out of this lineup is not going to mess up, put your life on it, I'd be like Scotty
Yeah.
Scheffler.
I mean,
And
that sucks.
it was the
That
one
sucks.
guy.
But I feel like you can't hate on him. Like you can't throw him out for the season because I feel like he's playing even. So like last season, we talked about this already. Sure. So last season, like statistically, in his ball striking, he was the best.
Yeah.
And the putter was letting him down. So he's made some changes there. He putted better at the Century this
Oh
past
yeah.
week. I think he's gonna have a big season. So
Yeah, I think
I wouldn't be pissed off. I would still. I mean, you got to put money on him. He's
my
Nike.
two
hitting the
consistent
ball that
players
well.
are would be Scotty and Xander. Two people that
Yep.
are going to always end up in the
Xander.
top.
Xander's
But
going to crush it this year.
Xander's quiet about it.
Xander catches a check every time he steps out there. That
Yeah.
dude is not missing
Big
a
checks.
cut.
He does.
And
He's
that's the
top
thing.
20,
This
like
week,
guaranteed every tournament.
this
basically.
week you got people. There's a cut, so that's why it's going to be a little different now. Now
And it's a different course.
different
like,
course too.
different
So
much
style.
shorter, much more technical.
to me,
Yeah.
that's the thing there too. Now that's what separates it. A lot of people too didn't really like, if they played like safe sometimes, like, oh, no cut, whatever. I might not do great this day. I still got 3 more days to catch up. It's like, when there's a cut line, you have to come out firing those first 2 days.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's like,
100%.
yeah,
Yep.
like the last
Yeah.
one, I was like, yeah, I saw people. Then it's like you see people come back 4 or 5 strokes, then people are shooting minus 10, 11 for the day, and they go back and they're like +2 the next day. It's like, how do you go from such highs to such lows?
Yep.
I'd rather have a player who's consistently giving me,
Yep.
-4 or 5 for the day. I don't need the 11, 12s. I need that every day. You can't be hot and cold,
No.
between
It's okay.
days.
It's fun to throw on a dark horse or whatever. Throw your dark horse for some fun, but not like when you're trying to like actually do
Oh,
nice three
yeah.
balls and pair things up. But this course is going to play like a true competitor's course. It's Bermuda grass greens, and it's like Brendan was saying, a lot of emphasis off tee accuracy. Because if you're accurate off the tee, then you're going to do well all day here. And not every guy is accurate off the tee. It definitely comes in levels. So I think you're going to see that matter a lot. And that's going to determine a lot. So Seth Rayner design, you got a lot
Mental,
of
man. Some of
influence,
these
too.
guys, it's mental. It's real
So-
mental for them.
So, Anthony, I know that you like to throw down some bets and whatnot. How do you feel about Ludwig Aber? Because like he's especially in DraftKings, he's number one. He's the
Top up
most
there,
expensive
yeah.
player. And I talked about him last week on the show, like being like one of my guys for the season.
Yeah.
He didn't perform all that well this first tournament. Do you think that was partly just like maybe the course didn't set up for him? Like, how do you think he's going to perform this week with like a poor performance last week with a lot of expectation?
Most of the time, if you're gonna have a bad week, you're gonna come back, do a little bit better, you would think. But it's like it really depends. Like people like that, they're gonna, like I said, the highs and the lows. That's somebody who I would think of, like it's like gonna be a little streaky. It's like you never know. It's like I'm looking for people who are like consistently making these cuts. These people are always ending up, top 10, top 15, or most of the time it's like they're up there and then they end up like going down. They had a bad day or bad 2 days, or maybe due to injury. But people like Fitzpatrick, English, Sheffield, people like that. It's like they're pretty consistent, throughout the whole entire year. But to me, he's actually like one of these new and coming and rising. So I would have to say this year, you'd see him do like twice as good as he did last year because his
Yeah.
his name's all over the place.
Mhm.
It's like all it takes is a few good rounds, and like most of the time you're out there on the range, people can see the way that you're hitting your balls, you're hitting your chips. It's like they know that you got it in you. Like
Yeah.
Sahith, it's like you tell it he deserves one, he's due for one, but it's like
He's
you
talented,
gotta
man.
play great golf for 4 days in a row. It's
Yeah.
that's the
4-day
hardest thing.
game.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing.
Dude,
But I think that
I like
he's
him.
gonna have a good year. I think honestly, yeah. Him, Sahith, like
Yeah.
a lot of the Asian guys are gonna go off this year. I think too.
What if-
Sunjay, Tom Kim.
Yep.
It's literally
Yeah.
like the
Ben
course.
on.
What course? Yeah, what course is gonna be comfortable for them? Where they're gonna be,
Yeah.
where they're gonna be great at. I think. And
Siwoo Kim, dude.
yeah, these guys are
Dude,
they're
I'm glad
sleepers.
I'm glad
past
you mentioned
champion.
Harris English, man. I
Yeah.
feel like no one's talking about him. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
He's got
you
some
go
game.
you go back a couple seasons when he was healthy, he was lighting up the scoreboards in a couple
yeah.
tournaments. I remember like it was the Rocket Mortgage or something. He went off. But yeah, he's had multiple injuries. So yeah, if he's
Yeah.
back and like feeling healthy and feeling good with his body, he could be a guy that is
Yeah.
around in a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, just consistent. Cole's
Yeah.
another guy. These guys
Yeah.
are just like they always seem to play pretty consistent golf. It's like
Yeah.
and to me, those are the guys that like stand out right away. I see those guys. Emiliano Grillo, that guy, another guy. He's
Yeah.
he's a low key sleeper,
Yeah.
and like he's
He
always
always lights up the scoreboards on those
consistent.
like odd tournaments.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like no matter what, if you're paying attention to golf or betting throughout the year, and you constantly see these names, and like it's just you could tell these guys are really going off. They're
And
trying.
I
They're
think
giving
the
it their all.
Sony is a weird tournament too because it doesn't get the huge prize purse. It's only like 8 million, so it doesn't get like a giant prize purse. I think guys are just either coming back from the other tour last week, or this is like if they didn't go last week, this is like, oh, let's go to Hawaii, let's have some fun, let's play some golf, and then bam, let's go to the next one. So I
Or
think this is kind of an open tournament in the sense where that kind of anybody can win, even though there has been some pattern winners. Like Jimmy Walker won it twice in the last decade, so that's kind of random. Um, Matt Cooch won this one,
You gotta love
so
Kuchar.
like it's
Cooch.
so there's been
Talk
some
about a
off tournaments,
consistent
but
dude.
Yeah.
and
But,
Kevin Na
yeah.
isn't like some crazy champion winning golfer all the time, but his
I can just never do nah,
Yeah.
dude. He's
He's
just
walking
like
the
so
putts down.
streaky. I love him. I
Love the
him.
way he
I
walks
will
the
say,
putts.
you know
Like,
what?
He's streaky as hell.
Oh.
dude.
to shape this out of our segment to like segue, I'll say that right now, I think Matsuyama is going to give us a show.
Oof.
I think he's going to give us a
Alright,
little
man.
show.
Matsuyama, what?
That's
I think he's a past
interesting.
winner. I think he knows how to win. I think he's ready to go. I think he's been healing up.
That's and now like they have to me another thing is the live players coming back for the majors now. These guys, that's gonna be fun to watch. Rom, Kepka, these guys.
Yep.
People always forget. And then this tournament coming up, it's a lot of some guys' first tournament of the year. Think about it. Some guys already have it. Some people it's their first one, so they might come out swinging. It's like
Yep.
look through the
true.
list.
Will Zalatoris.
Yeah.
He's going to come out
Yeah.
Some
swinging.
people
Will
got something to
Zalatoris.
make up for
He's
last
got
year,
something
and
to
they're
prove
coming
this
out
year.
something to prove.
I love him.
Yeah.
I feel like he's rusty though. I feel
It's
like
something
it's
to
gonna
prove.
take time. I feel like
His
it's
body,
gonna
man,
take
that
time.
injury and stuff, man, it takes a lot
Yeah.
more time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
gonna take time.
We'll see. We'll see if
He
Hawaii
might
can
have
pull it out
something
of
to
him.
prove, but it might happen like next year.
A year from now.
Yeah.
So
I hear that.
Chef Petty, who would you say is a safe lock this week for a top 20? Who would you
Top
say is
20,
a
I'm gonna
safe
give you
lock?
I'm gonna give you Fitzpatrick and English. Those are my two. Those guys
Fitzpatrick
right
and
there.
English all day, every day, top
All
20.
day. Top 20. Some of these guys are just
Book it.
I book it. I booked Fitzpatrick to place top 20 in almost every tournament he's in.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's so
Yeah, he's
technical.
consistent
He's
as
so
hell,
good.
dude.
Yeah.
He's so good, man. It's
Yeah.
scary.
That's
And
hilarious.
we had Zach on the podcast, and he told his story about how he was at I think it was the amateurs and the amateur championship, I believe, right? Or
US amateur.
US amateur, there it is.
Yeah.
And he was just kind of saw him there, and he was just like little kid, like writing down golf notes.
15 years old.
15
just,
years
yeah.
old, just crushing
without
it.
a club. Just
Okay, we're gonna do this on this hole now.
Yeah.
it's like a fucking beautiful mind.
Dude,
Like,
he's just that's how he's good, and that's
He's
how
playing chess and we're playing checkers.
Yeah.
yeah, we're all playing a
like
different game.
he went and scouted that course like 10 years in advance.
He's
Like,
got the
Wasn't that
elevation markers,
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
that's what they say about Tiger though too? He was so analytical of where he studied the
Dude,
courses and things like that
Tiger's
too.
on another level. Like
Yeah,
he learned to golf left-handed. Like a lot of people don't realize that.
in the
'Cause
dark,
well,
like
yeah, well, he did that too.
like
Like hey, he
like
literally just mirrored his dad, and like the way he looked at his dad was like, oh, he's hitting left-handed, but it was just like it looked in reverse. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
yeah.
the way he was watching him was in reverse. So that's how he learned to swing. And then,
Jesus
and then
Christ.
eventually went right-handed. But yeah, he would
The
play.
fact that he's one of one.
Dude,
Oh yeah,
he's unreal,
one of
man.
one. And I think you will get you. I think you will see eventually, maybe in the next couple years, you will see one of these Southeast Asian golfers come over and create a ridiculous, enormous run. I think
Oh,
that part of the world, that golf world, is like scratching surface right now, and I think in the next few years you're going to see so much dominance. And I think these guys coming up, Sun J M, Tom Kim,
yeah,
Matsuyama's been around, but like other
yeah,
guys, I think you're going to see these younger guys that are coming in. Whoo, they're
yeah.
gonna bully around. They're gonna
When
they're
they
gonna
had
be
the
good.
young 16-year-old play that time, the young Asian kid, he was
Dude,
like one of the youngest
Tad,
players. Yeah, dude,
dude,
unreal.
I literally posted about him today. That was awesome.
Unreal, yeah. And
I
even
mean,
you saw his fit too. Like he looked like a young
he
Hideki,
was the
with the shades
man.
and everything.
Yep,
Yeah,
you can't
Yeah,
even. It's
also
confidence.
scary.
confusing because you weren't sure if he was 16 or if he was like 48.
30.
It was crazy. I mean, but
Yeah,
he was
man.
nasty and like
Nasty,
good
yeah.
for him.
Yeah, man. I was like, yo,
Made the
all
cut.
they have some of those over there just waiting to, unleash them.
I
Those
think it's
guys are
going
the
to be a
real
fun
deal.
year for golf. And I think if Live didn't happen, we wouldn't have had as much space for these new golfers coming in. And I think that because of this, you're going to see some of this new influx. We're going to see some new talent, some good guys that are coming out swinging. Like Brendan said, it's their first tournament, second
Yeah.
tournament now. Boom. Like people are going to come out swinging hot. So
You got a name to
I'm
make.
actually excited to watch this weekend and tune in. And the times are different. So it's not like a regular tournament where you have to wake up at 7 a.m. to watch. You can wake up at noon and still watch the tournament and not feel like a
A
bum.
jabroni.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I don't know, man. I know he's expensive on DraftKings, but I'm liking Ludwig this week. Like
Yeah.
he's an accurate hitter of the ball, and I think this course sets up really well for him. I
So
mean,
for something, take him on the first round 3 balls, or take him then you got to take him like as a group. Obviously take the group bet, whatever he's at, to lead
yeah,
his group, and then put if something like that. If I was confident, I had the itch, I'd dump a couple hundred on him in the group. It's probably gonna be great odds, plus 200 or something and up. If he's
Yeah.
gonna do it, that might be. He doesn't have to win. You could still win the bet without him winning.
yeah, true, true. He's just got to beat the others, right?
Just got to beat the other guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then another dude I like, and we were talking, you guys were talking about young dudes. This guy coming up from college, Jake Knapp. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
I think he could be a guy because he did really, really well in the Corn Ferry. As soon as he got on there, he was just hitting top tens like out the gate. So I think he could be a guy that comes on. I mean, if not now, it could be late in the season, peaks at a couple random tournaments, but
Yeah, he might need to get
I
like the
like him.
PGA level
Yeah.
out of him, like the PGA level goosebumps out of
Yeah.
him for a
That
little
FedEx
while.
Cup, all that stuff
Yeah.
start coming
But
in.
sometimes when it's like their first event, PGA, like they just kind of like creep in top 20, top
Yep.
15.
Well,
I
I'll
like
never
him.
forget
Super
that
cheap.
quote from like Ben. I think it was Ben Martin. I believe. I forget if this is wrong. I'm sorry, but I think it was Ben Martin was talking about like how exciting that moment is when you're the leader on that third day, and you like how
Oh,
exciting but terrifying it
that
is
when he
that
had
like
his meltdown.
that I think that was Ben Martin. So he was saying like how
He led
insane
for
it is
3 rounds. Yeah.
to just like be on top of the world and like guy like him who doesn't win it often or ever. I forgot what the statistic was, but it was just like damn, he was so close to winning it and he
Yeah.
just couldn't. And he's like, it's always that. So winning a PGA tournament is so much bigger than what we think it is to these guys. Like it's
Oh
not.
yeah.
It's like oh this guy wins. A guy like Rory wins again. Oh, like we don't even think about it. Oh, Scotty wins again. Oh,
Yeah.
whoever wins again. Just to win one tournament 4 days in a row with some of the best talent in the
Yeah.
world is almost impossible mathematically. Yet somehow,
Yeah.
some way, these guys find a way to like creep in and win and top 10 and scare
Right.
the shit out of these other guys that have no
Yeah.
business being there. It's like
All
the
it
big
takes is
bird in the
one.
room.
All
I
it
was
takes is one.
I was watching a video on YouTube, and Austin Reeves from the Lakers was playing golf, and
He's supposed to be good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, you could tell it was like early in the morning. He didn't care a whole lot. He was just out there swinging. But he also cared because he's competitive. So yeah, it was a good video. But anyway, so like he was talking about how, you know, he couldn't imagine playing that game as like a job, because to miss a putt pisses you off then, just playing as like a regular guy. And like you couldn't imagine what it would feel like to have hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line.
Yeah.
And then that shit came down, and that happened to Sahith Theegala, and I just was like, fuck, dude. Like literally just right side of the cup, just misses it.
I think he's gonna be on it all year though, so I'm not
Yeah,
scared of
but
him.
I
He's gonna be
mean,
winning
you know what
all
I mean?
year.
Just to see it happen
Oh,
immediately after I watched that video, and it's just like, ah, fuck. Yeah,
I
that
think
is
put into
tough.
perspective for
Imagine
these
that.
guys that win so much, it's not even about a matter of money anymore. It's almost like respect against like the rest of the people that they play. Like
Oh,
Scotty, these guys, it's not about money. Kepka, it's like I beat you. You know,
yeah.
it's like a personal thing almost like, but it's like competition. But it's like, man, like, they don't. If you ask them, he's like, I don't need the money from this. They could win a major and take the money and donate the whole thing back. They really don't need it. But technically, it's
Yeah,
like what the best part of that is actually beating those guys, like and winning like throughout those 4 days. It's like that's the best feeling in the world. Like they're
well,
not thinking about a money or a check.
me,
They're just
right,
so happy to
well,
win.
well,
right.
says that. Then you talk to all the live guys. They're like, yeah, it was
Yeah, I
kind of
was
about the
thinking
Oh
money,
yeah,
that.
yeah,
but no, but I know what he's saying. Like
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you know what he's saying too.
yeah.
It's just the funniness of like that's how these guys, they don't really think like that. And
yeah.
me and Brendan joked about this on one of our earlier podcasts this year, saying that it's funny because these guys, they're getting $300 million, $200 million, whatever. A golfer is going to spend that much money. These guys aren't like
No,
obscurely greedy creative. They're
Yeah.
not like these businessman
no.
types.
Like
They don't
how
know how to
many chicken
spend.
salad sandwiches can
Yeah,
you
you
buy?
have.
Like,
Yeah,
Like how
exactly.
many
Yeah,
glizzies at the turn are they going to
never
yeah.
buy
purchase? Like,
BLT.
Yeah, and you notice, I think that most of them have these big things. They start like having like they have more kids, bigger families. It's like now you have enough money. It's like there's no stress. It's like watch
yeah.
all these guys just start cranking out kids and babies because it's like, yeah, you got 300-400 million. It's like now I won't even worry. Like your kids set for life. Their kids generational wealth,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
they're
just
just
like playing
populating
golf.
the earth,
You get
man.
to the
The
top,
next neck cannon.
it's tough staying there though. You can get there, but it's hard staying there.
Right. Yeah.
It's a difference between rich and wealthy.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Something we all hope we're somewhat close to someday, so we can just golf for a living.
That'd be
All of
nice,
us.
man. I would love to just get out and just golf all the
Golf.
time.
We
That's
will. If
it.
this goes anywhere, we'll just start covering tournaments and golfing all the time and getting paid for social media. We're good, guys. We're getting
Here
there.
we go.
We're building. Building blocks. We're starting with
Oh,
with Chef Petty here. We're building blocks, baby.
I'm
Right
waiting for one of these rich guys at the job to just back into my car.
Oh, don't tell me your plan, dude.
Exactly.
We didn't hear
Yeah, he
that.
didn't
We didn't
say
hear
that.
that. He
He
was
didn't say
kidding. He
that.
was
He didn't say
kidding.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was kidding. His neck hurts
I'll
though.
settle for a membership.
Settle for the $1
Yep.
million membership.
You guys can keep the car.
Bullshit. We couldn't even afford the dues per year.
It's
Oh,
actually not
man.
even my car.
It's not plot twist.
To be honest. I'm just like, trying to con some dude into thinking it is. So
Know what you got to do is pretend to be valet a nice person's car, then have another nice person hit the nice car. Now you're really working with fire. There you go.
bada bing, bada boom.
He's cooking. He's cooking.
He's cooking.
Oh man,
Cooking him
yeah, I
with
can't wait
grits,
for this
man.
year, man. I think it's gonna be great. If you're out here too, man, I'm trying to make sure everybody gets on at least one
Yep.
time this year.
It's going to be a
Oh,
great
for
year. We're
sure.
all going to connect. We'll get together. We'll have like a little tournament or something. We'll have some fun this year. The Good Lies Golf. We'll bring it all together. We'll get a little fun
I'm
going.
down, dude. I'm trying to keep it going. I've got some good momentum right now. So, I went over to the local simulator and played 9 holes at the Castle course, which was epic because, as you might have seen on the video, I
What about
played there.
Jerry?
Jersey Jerry, dude. That was
Brendan
that
watched
was a
it live.
ride.
Brendan
It was a
watched it
ride, dude.
live.
Jerry's a
Watched
man.
him do it live, and we have a
I
video
can't
of
even
Brendan watching
I
it
can't
live.
even lie. I can't even lie, dude. I was just like chilling, and I watched a video on YouTube, and like it showed on the right side. It was like, live. I was like, oh, let me check this out. It looks interesting. Next thing I know, I'm on there for like a fucking 18 hours, dude. Like,
They
Binge
got
watching
Brendan.
this shit. Yeah, I got
like
time travel.
dude, I was on there since like early fucking on. And then, yeah, dude, like even when I had shit to do, I'd like go upstairs, like do shit, feed the kids, have dinner with the family. And I'd have to like run downstairs. Is he hitting?
Did you get it? Did you
Like,
get it?
The fact that
Oh
you
god.
caught
was
it
a
at the
ride, dude.
exact moment, he was just happened to
Wow.
be recording at the exact
It
moment
was.
that
It
he
was
hit the shot.
wild. It
That's
It was
was
crazy.
wild.
insane.
Good
I
for
was
him,
just
dude.
well, cause he was hitting good shots in a row, and I was like, it's day 2. Like he got some sleep. He's like kind of like been able to decompress a little bit.
Tom
And
Brady just tweeted
I
at
know
him.
he wants this. Yeah. Dude, I was like, it's gonna happen. And then he hit
Oh,
like a cluster balls that were they're like, ooh, that was some good strokes. He hit one really close, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta like start filming this. And I mean, as you saw, like,
yeah.
I don't know, 2, 3 minutes later, it fucking happened. It was
The
wild.
dopest thing to me is he's a big Watt fan, and throughout that,
Oh
Watt
yeah,
reached out to him, and I'm like, yo, man, like that's the
yeah,
level, that's the love of golf. Is like that's gonna put two dudes together, like his fucking dream. And I'm like, dude, now he
yeah,
gets to meet this dude, and like that would have never happened if he wasn't shooting that golf shot. I was like, yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty dope, man. And he's been a fan of his way before he picked up a golf club. He loves the Steelers, so that's cool.
Dude,
I saw that happen. I saw him; they were all tweeting back at
Yeah,
him.
good for it. Changed his whole life.
Good,
good
good
for
for him,
him,
dude.
man.
Good for him,
Changed his whole
dude.
life.
Hell yeah.
100%, man.
And
Like
think about
you
that.
could see he was going through it.
Oh
So
yeah.
good for him.
Oh, he contemplated his whole life at Barstool. He contemplated the whole deal he made. He contemplated
Yeah.
everything. The
Yeah,
house
it
he
was
bought.
crazy.
He
Oh, he
gets it now.
contemplated his
I
whole
think
life.
he
He
gets
gets
it
it.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Oh
Cheers
yeah,
to
It
Jerry.
was like a
Cheers.
car
Here's to
breaking
Jerry.
down,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
It was like entertaining but tough to watch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like-
yeah, yeah. Brutal. I don't know how he was even standing after that. God bless him. Good for that. It was a great
Electrolytes.
feat.
Haven't
And,
seen him since.
And shout out to that camera guy who gets a lot of respect. If there was 2,000 something shots, there was 2,000 something takes for that camera guy. Respect to him
He
too.
knows. He knows.
Respect to that poor son of a bitch. He was just every time like,
I keep seeing you got your haircut too
working
now.
on it.
I haven't seen the Sharon got the haircut.
Dude, show the hair off, man. Let's see
Sure.
it. He's looking good, much better.
Business in the front.
I mean,
Party
not
in the
that
back.
anything would be wrong
Hey,
with it, but
hey,
you
y'all
look
doing?
like yourself. You look like a man,
yeah, I'm a man.
Hell yeah.
looking like a man.
He has identified.
Yeah, I have. I'm a man.
Yeah, I
I'm,
just
I'm wearing
realized
an Adam Moore hat.
But we both went polos tonight. That's awesome.
Yeah, I got my fun drink heavy. Everybody's drinking having tequila drinks.
Carbonusti.
Here it is.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll-
boys.
I'm looking for the Lakers tonight. Let's see what happens.
Oh, Lakers tonight. To segue out, what do we got? What do we got,
Good.
Chef?
I
Lakers.
like that call.
Yeah, that's
Well,
about.
this episode's gonna come out tomorrow, technically.
They need
so
it. They need it too.
Yeah.
They've
Let's
been,
see if LeBron, AD show up. Let's see who gets injured first.
Oh, don't say that, dude. I don't
Knock
want.
on wood.
I don't want
Oh,
Braun to
man.
like end his career with injuries.
No.
And, yeah, I'd rather him just go bald and like let's watch it for the second happening.
Well, let's get some 3 balls in, man. We still got a few days, and we'll link back up. We'll talk about this tournament coming up.
Heck yeah, let's do it. We'll post something tomorrow about the 3 balls. We'll get a little line in there. Dude, Chef
You
Petty,
know it.
thanks for
I
coming
told
on.
you. Fitzpatrick and English.
Cooking it
Lock
up.
it in.
Appreciate you, dude. Cooking it, chefing the lines up, man. Got it.
God is
Bye-bye.
good, guys. Be safe.
Later, boys.
Later. Peace.